So Blizzard just released information about Year of the Mammoth, their new way of, I guess, doing Hearthstone the next year. And I mean, there was a lot of different things coming out, and I'm gonna mostly talk about the card changes. So yeah, Year of the Mammoth. What do we think? First of all, I think it kind of shows that Blizzard has a plan that at least I didn't really think they had. I just expected Blizzard to release new cards and in that way try to help what every player is saying, that the meta might be stale, or that aggro is too strong, that shaman is broken, yada yada yada. But with this change, with these six cards being taken out from the classic set, which should, by their other views, always be in the standard set. I guess it's not actually taken out of the classic set, but just taken out standard. Yeah, that they have a plan that I didn't expect, at least, that they have something in mind that might change the competitive scene of Hearthstone, other than just flooding the game with cards. So yeah, it's exciting that Blizzard hopefully has a plan with this. The cards are interesting because, I mean, the meta is pretty aggro-ish. Um, right now, I mean, Reno is being already cycled out just because of how standard works, and there's not really any other super good control decks to counter all the patches. It's kind of interesting that they're mostly rotating out more controlish cards like Sylvanas, Ragnaros, Azure Drake. I mean, Azure Drake you kind of see in a lot of decks still, but Sylvanas, Ragnaros are too slow for the meta right now, so you don't really see them that much. Same for Ice Lance. I mean, I guess Ice Lance is played in Reno Mage. But yeah, so it's interesting. It kind of, to me, seems that Blizzard maybe is hinting towards that control. Might be a little bit more favored in the next expansion, but it's, I mean, obviously very hard to tell. If that is the case, I really do like that they're taking away some of these cards that are kind of bad for the way control decks can be played. For instance, Sylvanas is just an insta drop on 6, and your opponent has to answer it and can't actually do anything productive. You can never leave it up because you always get punished. It's not like Emperor, for example, where you can actually choose to leave it up, because the downside is not that your board gets completely destroyed. As well as Ragnaros. Ragnaros is just a threat that's insane in control versus control. So it's interesting. I might be looking way too into it just because that's what I want to happen, but we'll see. The card. Talking about the cards I'm going to miss the most. I'm not really gonna miss any of them, to be honest. None of them have stood out to me to be like, wow, I love this card. I think they're all pretty broken in their own way, and I mean, just seeing them gone is, I mean, it's not a relief, but I don't mind. If I had to choose one, I guess I would have to go with Power Overwhelming, just because I think it can be a bit more used in more ways than the other ones. Might be even more broken than the other ones just because of that, but I like the fact that it could be used in controlish decks as well as in combo decks and aggro decks. If I had to choose three other cards that were not these six, I mean, the two obvious ones are Innervate and Wild Growth. I think both of those are pretty toxic cards. It's kind of Druid's identity to be able to ramp and use their mana in different ways from other classes, but Innervate is just so good. I mean, it's just the most broken card in the game, in my opinion. And I mean, if the meta becomes more controlish, which, if my view view of thinking is right, then I think Druid is going to become by far the best deck just because of Wild Growth and Innervate. It was actually pretty hard for me to find a third card, but I guess I would choose War Axe. It's just the best weapon by far, and I mean, it's put Warrior in a spot where it's just too good. You can play it in every deck. You played in control decks. You played in aggro decks. You probably just the best play on two in the game. So yeah, those are my choices.